Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Chris Legaspi. I'm a professional artist, author, and MMA instructor. Today, my friends, I wanted to do another case study, a little critique session of this portrait. One of my mentees sent me this and he asked for some feedback. So I thought it would be helpful to share this little critique, this case study. And what I'm going to do in this video, first I'm going to go over what I see in the model, talk about what he did well and what I see in the model. And then I will do a draw over of this wonderful drawing here. And then at the end of this video, I will show you how I would have approached this situation, this reference, to get a much more impactful drawing output. So make sure to watch to the end so you can see how I would have handled this particular pose. Okay, first I want to talk about what he did well and what I notice in this particular drawing. Obviously the shape is very good, the likeness is very good, the darks are very good. So this is one of my advanced students. So he can draw very, very well. I think everything is in order, is in good shape. It just needs refinement, obviously, but that's why he has me. That's why it's good to get an expert to take a look at your drawing, obviously. So if you do want to improve quicker, you want to get as much expert feedback as possible. And really what I see is two things. One is a lack of understanding of facial structures and a bit of the see copy dilemma. So because this artist here, our good friend here, his name is Willy, so shout out to Willy, he didn't quite understand what was happening with the light, and therefore he went into copy C mode. He's like, oh, I see a little bit of tone, oh, copy, oh, I see a highlight, oh, let me copy, C copy, C copy, C copy. And it's also in the shadow. You probably can't see too much in the shadow, but there's subtle details in the shadow that aren't quite communicating what I see, and I'll explain in a minute what I see. So that's basically it. It's a very good drawing. The shapes are in order, but there's not the correct form communication that we need. And therefore, it's also taking away from the illusion of light and realism that he wants. So we'll redesign some of the shapes, emphasize the forms we want, and then better organize the values to get that effect. So that's what I see. Let's start. Okay, I'm going to begin by doing a little tracing over the photo, show you what I see. So the eye is a sphere, and our friend Willy did that nicely. You can see the eye feels very spherical. The brow is basically a box, so you see he did that very well. The nose is also kind of boxy, so he did that very well, you see. Now, the lips are actually round. I see the lips as a round and fleshy thing. So this is what I see when I look at the lips. A round kind of fleshy ball. So here it's not quite fleshy, a round ballish that we need. The chin is done well. So the chin is also a round and fleshy kind of ball. So you see, the chin is drawn well. So, and the nose is also kind of a ball, but it's also a square. So the nose looks great, but the mouth need some rounding. But the thing that really that I noticed the most, and when I saw this, I immediately knew, okay, this is the number one thing that's holding this drawing back that can make it better, is the boxy plane. So the plane communication that I see is right here. Boop, boop, something like that. Something like that, close to that effect. So this plane, you see, my friends, this plane right here is a very important plane. We need that plane. And guess what? Guess what? Going back to the shadow, and I could barely see in the shadow now. Let me see if I could try to recreate this drawing. I purposely, for this printout, I purposely made it, I underexposed it and made it darker so we can better see the details. You see a little bit of the detail here. I don't know if you can see it on camera. There's tone here, bright highlight here, a little bit of tone here. So there's a corner, there's a corner here. And that's what's missing in this drawing. There's a corner, there's a corner, there's a fleshy ball. There's a ball, but it's also a corner. So that's what I see here. And of course, because it's a organic human being, there are two. They are symmetrical. So guess what? We do the same thing on the other side, but we do it in shadow. And that's really the main thing that I see is if we can get this corner to read, this drawing will succeed. Right now, this corner, this relationship of this plane to the front is not reading as effectively as it could. So that's what I see. And it's also occurring in the shadow. And then we can refine some things to further emphasize. So let's do that now. Okay, now I'm going to do a little tracing so we can better refine this drawing. First, I just want to drop this eye. This eye is obviously the focal point. And our friend Willy here did that very well. So notice how he made the eye feel very round and fleshy and perfect and beautiful. Great. With the correct edge, the correct value control, and the correct understanding. So Willy obviously knows this section very well, but when he got here, it's when he got lost. So here's the first thing we do. So we got this. His core shadow is good. Very good. It reads very well. The forms read very well at the border, which is great. I just want to get there first so that we're all on the same page with the drawing here. So I'm just going to trace over it so I can get there. Right now I'm not making any corrections, but I will in a minute. So here we go. Now, what's happening here? So first let's round out this eye a bit more, because this eye will lead me to what's underneath it, which is this sort of top plane of the zygomatic. And in fact, I may use a graphite pencil, and I will, so I can erase it. I'm going to make this darker than what's there so you can see what I'm trying to do. So right now, obviously, this is way too dark for what we need, but on camera, I want you to see it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to design this front plane of the cheek and the levator muscle. So this is part of the muscle pattern, muscle and flesh that leads into the mouth. And then when we get to this detail, so this is the levator labii fold. It's a fold of muscles and fat that lift up your mouth. So notice I'm going to curve it and round it because I know I need the muzzle. And then when I get down here, instead of just blindly bleh, I'm going to go, okay, what is this? I need a corner right here. I need a corner and I need a ball. So that's why drawing faces is very hard, my friends. It takes a lot of skill because you have to be able to do weird, crazy things like this. You draw a box and a ball at the same time. That's the game, my friends. So now I'm going to take this, and he hit this accent very well. So I'm going to reinforce that. And then I'm going to go down, and then I'm going to copy, not copy, but describe a ball again. And then I'm going to stop right here. This is the corner. I need this corner to relate to the chin and to the cheek. And then I'm going to go back to, just like at the mouth, it's a corner and a ball. So let me get my colored pencil here. So our artist friend Willy here did this part really well. His core shadow border is great, but it's the light halftones. That's where he got lost. And now I'm going to see if I can communicate this on camera. Got this here. Got this here. There's a ball here, right? The mouth is a ball. Instead of just copying, oh, I see a tone, I'm going to copy. No. I'm going to go, okay, what do I want? I want a ball. I want a sphere. I want a round, fleshy looking thing. So guess what? I make tone that communicates round, fleshy, ball-like thing. I don't copy the, oh, I see light halftone number 2. Let me, light halftone number 2. No. I designed that little mark. You see, and you notice, I don't go like this. I don't go like this. I go like this. Oh, ball, 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 round, ball, curve, ball, 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 ball. You see? Ball, 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 ball. So it's 100% conscious design from start to finish, beginning to end. Everything is conscious. And now we have more of that corner. See, that corner is read. Now we need this, right? We need this corner. Where is this corner? It's very soft. That's a round curve. I can kind of put it anywhere I want. I can design it any way I want. But check this out. So the cheekbone, Willy did well. The straightness, he did well. What I would do here is opt for a bend a little bit higher. It's a millimeter higher than what Willy has. And raise the chin and jaw a little bit by a millimeter or 0.0 millimeter. Because what that does is it creates the illusion. It's very subtle. But what I'm trying to do, I'm going to do this on tracing paper so you can see it, hopefully. What I'm trying to do is ball, ball, and then this. I'm trying to describe the jawbone. You see? That's what I'm doing here. Trying to describe the jawbone. It is millimeters, 0.00 millimeters, fraction of a millimeter difference, but it makes a lot of difference. So that's why I'm putting so much care and attention to the contour, because the contour supports what I just did. It supports what I just did. So now, if we refine, so now again, I'm going to consciously make it a little bit darker. Maybe I'll take this off so you can see it. Yeah, I'll take this, I'll do this in the next section here. But let's keep reinforcing that ball, 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 corner, 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 corner. And then we also got a little bit of tone here. Why? Because this is a round, fleshy kind of flesh. There's stuff here. I forgot what it's called. Excuse me. There's a bunch of fleshy stuff here. Goes like that. And then this is a corner that Willy handled well. This is hair, very dark hair, and Willy handled well. And this is cast shadow and mask. I'm not crazy about this neck either. But the neck doesn't matter too much. We just wanted to cover the face in this video. So let's take a look in more detail at how I would continue to refine to create this effect. Okay, so we have the basics down, the refinements that we needed in the side plane. So I'm just going to continue to flesh it out so you would see how it looks, or how I would continue this drawing to create the illusion of the plane. That's really the main thing we want to see, is the plane, that side plane of the cheek. Let's get this hair, whatever. Okay. So we have the dark accent here, the modeling here, the dark accent here, occlusion shadow, a bit of modeling at the top to round. And then, what did I want to do? I forgot what I was doing. Oh, let's emphasize the ball, the side plane. So what I need some tone. So I do need some tone. I need some dark so we can see the halftone. So I'm just going to punch this in. I'm not going to render. I'm just going to, I need a dark on my paper, on my surface there, so I can compare the light halftones. Light halftones are much more clear. Oh my God. When you can compare, when you have all of your full range of values here. And I don't know why I did that. I was a little too aggressive with that pencil there. Okay, so let's continue here. So I went ahead and I masked it in so we can have further separation of the side from the shadow side from the light. And basically I'm just going to take my colored, graphite here to just reinforce the plane. So plane, 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 plane. Remember this. This is what we're after. Plane, 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 and on the shadow side too. So that's all I'm doing. I'm basically going right here. Plane, 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 and ball, 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 ball. Plane, 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 corner, 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 ball, 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 ball. That's it. That's it. That's all I'm doing. I'm just reinforcing what I already want to communicate. I want to communicate a plane and a ball, a plane and a ball, a plane and a ball, a plane and a ball. This is the same plane, so they got to stay the same value, so I don't touch it. I don't touch it. Even though there are subtleties and nuances there, I don't care. I ignore. I resist the temptation to copy C, copy, C, copy. I design based on what I want to say, which is plane in light, corner. Plane in light, corner. Ball in light, corner of the ball. See? Corner of the ball, corner of the ball. And that's basically it. That's basically it. And obviously, we got to nail and refine the jaw to, I basically want to communicate this. The ball, right? So there's the ball. And I want to communicate the jawbone and how the jawbone relates to the muzzle. So you see, I'm kind of following the natural rhythm of the muzzle here, of the opening of the mouth. And that's basically all I'm doing. I'm just reinforcing what I have. I'm just reinforcing over and over and over again, because that's the nature of an optical illusion. That's the nature of realism. And then we want to do the same thing on the shadow side. So I know it's hard to see on camera here on the original, but our friend put some detail here. So this is all I would do in the shadow side, is basically do the exact same thing. Mirror what we did, because this is a near perfect front view. So we basically have to mirror that. Boom, 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 boom. That's it. That's it. That's it. So just organize your subtle shadow details to reflect that. The details he has in the shadow are good, but the shape needs to be refined and a bit organized to more clearly communicate the form, because I think that's what's missing, is the understanding of the form and how to execute. That's basically it, my friend. We got the jawbone, we got the plane, we got the nose plane, we got the balls, the spheres. We have some subtleties. We can keep going if we want, but I'm probably not going to. I think this is a good stopping point right here. You know, I'm tempted to add detail here, but I'm just going to leave that out, and I'm just going to focus on the border. I'm going to keep that nice and white and perfectly bright and blast it out, so it feels like the effect that I want, which is a very brightly lit side plane of the cheek and a very beautiful core shadow shape transition and some subtle forms in the face that I want to communicate. So that's a good stopping point here, my friends. Thank you for joining me. If you like this video, I have many more resources available on my website at www.drawwithchris.com. And you can also learn, if you want to work with me, you want to train with me, you want to study with me, I have lots of resources on my website. Make sure to subscribe to my free email newsletter so you can learn more about how you can work with me. There's information on my website as well, www.drawwithchris.com. My friends, thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.